In Super Mario 3D World, there are some levels where we have to use Plessie in order to beat the stage. To be exact, there are 5 levels where Plessie is needed. The question is, can we beat those levels without the water surfing dinosaur? That's what we're gonna find out today, but before we do, make sure to subscribe because we're trying to hit 250k subs by the end of the year. Let's go! The first time we encounter Plessie is in World 1-4, Plessie Plunging Falls. When I jumped into the stage, there was a huge problem. This giant gate prevented me from proceeding and would only open when I jumped on Plessie. But of course, that's not what I wanted. So with modding, I simply removed that gate, making it possible to move on without Plessie. But before we move on, I'd like to introduce you to today's sponsor, Monster Legends. Monster Legends is a free-to-play mobile game which is available on both Android and iOS. In the game, there is hundreds of different monsters to collect. You can even find a lot of your favorite YouTubers like The Do, Dream, Mr. Beast, and many others. You can breed 2 monsters to get new ones, and it's a fun challenge to try to get them all. You can take your monsters to battle after feeding them. This will also upgrade them and make them even stronger. Even Fury Bowser wouldn't stand a chance against these. In the game, you can find different PvP modes. This goes from special dungeons to an awesome adventure map. Not only that, but you can also fight in real time against all of your friends, which I personally think is very fun. Monster Legends also has new events every single week, where you can discover and play new adventures. Make sure to download the game through the link in the description to get the following reward worth $30. 50,000 food, the epic monster No Orion, and 300k gold. With that being said, let's continue with the video. Once the gate was removed, I jumped into the water and to my surprise, Mario did not start swimming. Instead, he started running with only his head peeking out from the so-called water. The Plessie music also did not start playing because I wasn't riding her. The gold rings could also still be collected without Plessie. Mario could still run at full speed and do all his normal moves. Although all of that worked, these boost pads didn't. Just like the water, Mario fell through and they did not activate. For some reason, they only worked when riding Plessie. I moved on, collected some more rings, and then encountered these enemies called Splounders. Normally when bumping into them as Plessie, you get bounced back. Without Plessie, that did not happen and the Splounders died. Mario is just too powerful. Then I checked these small islands. There was nothing special to them because I could still stand on those like usual. Afterwards, I encountered this ledge and had to jump off. So I did, but because Mario couldn't jump as far as Plessie, Mario went off screen for a little while. Without Plessie, I was also able to go back instead of always going forward, so I could check out some more of this area. Sadly, nothing very interesting to find here. In this area, I tried to jump up this elevated platform, but it was really difficult to say the least. After a while, I managed to do it and activated the red ring. I tried to see if it was possible to collect all red coins without Plessie, but it wasn't, at least not with Mario. As you can see, I came across some more boost pads, but this time on land. Unfortunately, they did not work either. I ran off to the next section of the level with all these waterfalls. I tried to get this one up, but without any power-ups that was impossible, so I left without it. Then this section came up. Running through the waterfall was still possible, but making the jump was not. I died, but I came back into the right way this time. This was way easier and brought me to the last fall of the level. Sadly, without Plessie, this part wasn't really that exciting as the boost pads didn't work and I could simply keep running in a straight line. Then the ultimate mega super duper jump came up. I jumped off and, well yeah, Mario started falling of course. The fall was way more slow than on Plessie's back. I bet Mario was like, at the bottom, the water was actually water, so I had to swim for this last section. I jumped into the pipe, came out the other side and jumped on the flagpole. So this level was possible to complete without Plessie, but I went back with a cat suit to do some more experimenting. Mario could still climb walls, but as you can see, he could also seemingly climb on thin air. Well, it's just an invisible wall. Here it's even more clear to see, and no, climbing waterfalls is no problem for Mario. Climbing the wall here made some parts of the screen glitch out because I wasn't supposed to look here. But the most interesting thing is yet to come. At this section, I climbed this wall and clipped into it at a certain height. I could also climb a little bit further and again, the game glitched out a bit. With that being said, let's continue to the next stage. The second time we encounter Plessie is in World 5-1. After collecting the checkpoint, there is a short section where we need her. Normally, you fall on Plessie when exiting the pipe, and there's no way to avoid that. But with my 200 IQ brain, I moved Plessie away from under the pipe, making Mario land on the ground. Now I could continue without her. The camera needed some time to start following me, but eventually it did. Once again, the Plessie music did not start playing. This level was quite easy. the only obstacles being the splounders, which could be avoided easily, and the moving bridges, which were hard to miss. At the end, I challenged myself to get this stamp, but once again easy peasy. The only thing left to do was touch the flagpole, so this level was possible without Plessie too. The third time we encounter Plessie is all the way in World Bowser-2. This level is a sand level instead of a water level. Once again, there was a huge gate preventing me from continuing, so I removed it. The beginning section of this level was a huge leap and it took quite a while to hit the ground. The sand wasn't actually the ground and it acted just like the water in the previous stages. I jumped and ran down this section and the camera glitched out at this specific spot, making it possible to look underneath the stage. I continued and came across this huge structure. Normally you just jump in with Plessie, but now I was able to climb on it. To my disappointment, there was nothing special up here. Then I had the idea to jump off from here to potentially skip the entire stage, but there was a death barrier. Come on, Nintendo. Next, I tried using a Tanuki suit. With it, I could skip the entire first section of the level and almost make it to the top of the structure. So I fell down like I was supposed to, and once again the fall took quite a while. This part of the level used dash pads, but by now you know the drill. They don't work. I moved on and stumbled upon this huge jump. Luckily, I already had the Tanuki suit, because without it and without Plessie, this jump was not possible to be made. Even with the suit, it was close. Then this section came up. I knew there was a hidden path with cloud platforms to the left, so I tried to take it, but somehow fell through the clouds. This happened because, as I said before, the ground Mario is standing on is lower than the sand itself. So instead of walking on those clouds, I simply walked into the side of them and fell off. I tried again without being dumb and I managed to do it. Next up were a lot of descending platforms and jumps, but this was very easy to navigate through, and before I knew it, I reached the end. I jumped into the warp box, slid down this slope and finished the stage. Easy. The fourth encounter of Plessie is also in World Bowser, this time in World Bowser-5. Here we can find Plessie in the second half of the stage. This level normally has a gate, but I removed that one as well. At first, the water was ground again, but then it became actual water and Mario started swimming. Oh yeah, the camera just stayed in this position the entire time for some reason. I could see Mario for the most part, but after a while I couldn't anymore and had to go with my gut feeling. When I came close to the end, the camera suddenly moved too. From here I just had to make it to the end of the level, and that's what I did. This level was possible as well. The absolute last time we encountered Plessie is in World Star-1. Once we reached the checkpoint of the level, we also reached Plessie. I removed the gate and started running. This Plessie section was the shortest out of all of them, and also the easiest. With little obstacles and no ways to die, I made it in no time. Then I reached the flagpole and finished the stage. So, that answers the question. We can finish all Plessie levels without actually using her. Once again, I want to thank Monster Legends for sponsoring this video. The game has new events weekly to keep the game fresh and exciting. You can play epic battles in different PvP modes or fight in real time with your friends. There is hundreds of awesome monsters to collect, including YouTubers, so you will definitely be able to find some that fit you. Will you be able to collect them all? So don't forget to download the game through the link in the description to get your reward worth $30, including 50k food, 300k gold, and the epic monster, No Ryan. Thanks for watching.